What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It has been too long since we've been able to do a wonderful Junna reaction. This is from the anime Demon. I believe it's an anime. I love you guys. Remember, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel as we go down this rabbit hole. I appreciate you guys. Without further ado, So the thing that I love about Junna, and I have to pause it in order for copyright infringement, so I appreciate you guys bearing with me while I make these comments. I love Junna. She is one of the only female drummers I have ever seen that has the power necessary in order to make the drums sound as full-bodied as they really are. And she really knows her rudiments. With every video that I get to do, it just blows my mind at how amazing she really is. Those bird chirps were really good. One thing as well that I really love about how Junna plays, her linear fills are so good. When she does the 2 snare, da-da, 2 bass, da-da, 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 and then she does the 2 toms, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. She's so clean with it, and it's so effortless. She has so much energy. It amazes me she has the stamina to be able to be both performative, articulate, accurate, and concise. That always blows my mind with her playing. And that's actually the mark of a really good drummer, somebody who's solid, to be able to not expend the brain power in order to be a performance artist. That's part of being a drummer. You're not just kind of like behind this iron curtain to where nobody can see you. People can still see you, man, and they respect it whenever you actually are able to show out for the crowd. That is such a good idea, having that splash cymbal right there next to her hi-hat. I honestly never thought of that. Mine is actually in between the 2 toms here, because when I do my tom rolls, I like to accent with that splash cymbal. And I honestly never considered having it down next to the hi-hat like that. That's such a smart idea. What the hell was that? Dude, her accents are amazing. I never would have expected that time change. That's not just a Junna thing, but that is the songwriter's ability to be able to just abruptly hit you with that left foot and then hit you with that right hand. It's just like whap whap, two for combo like that. But her accents are so amazing. This is what we talk about, what I talk about in other videos when I say there is a level of progression with your music that you hit naturally that goes beyond just playing in time. You start to play in feel. You're no longer bound. You're still in time. You're in the pocket. Don't get me wrong. But your definition of pocket becomes different than the average person's. You are no longer a Sugarfoot, like Michael Jackson's drummer. You become like Sonny Emery from Earth, Wind, and Fire, or somebody like that who is able to put accents within time together and to make it concise and congruent. And Junna is no exception. And that usually takes, that 10,000 hours to become the master law. That's about when you really start playing it by feel rather than just in time. Oh man, that's so heavy. Oh, what even was that fill? Woo! Okay, so there's something else that I got to talk about. Man. Okay, in the reaction community, it is natural to give somebody their flowers when they do a good job. What's not natural, something that I've seen, is to be able to talk about the negatives when somebody either makes a mistake, is not as up to par, like if they're a braggart, like if they try to make themselves seem better than they really are. And I want to make it natural that people are not afraid to be like, oh man, I like what you did, but it would have been cooler if you could have done it this way. You as a musician should be open to honest, helpful, constructive criticism. That's not the people that are just like, you suck. That's not what I'm talking about. What I am talking about though, Junna is a Japanese female who, until recently, was relatively unknown. Even El Estepario Siberiano has given her her flowers. But there is a reason. It is not that she's a female. Don't get me wrong, to play drums like this as a female is a lot more of a novelty than to see somebody like me or El Estepario or like Shannon Lucas from All That Remains, or somebody as a man doing it, because that's just a lot more common. You don't see an outstanding female drummer that often. So it is natural to give them their flowers. However, in this case, what I want to point out, we are giving Junna her flowers not because she is a female, but because she can whip a lot of dudes' asses out there in the right way and make them look awful. She is true to herself. The energy is palpable, like you can feel it coming out of the screen. And she deserves her flowers. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to make that point because I see a lot of reactors out there who do it purely for the namesake, to be able to attach their name onto the coattails of somebody who's already established. Me and El Estepario and myself are kind of different just because we do that for real, I was in a touring band for 13 years. He's in his own band as well. They're awesome. If you haven't seen them, by the way, Ellis DeFario's band, they're freaking sick. But we did that first, and then we migrated over to this territory because he and I and people like us have actual on-stage, real-life experience and knowledge that we can add to these to make you, the viewer, understand the in-depth, behind-the-scenes, behind-the-curtain kind of thing, what's going on. And people like Junna, like Ellis DeFario, like so many others that we've gotten to do reactions to, whether they're singers, whether they're songwriters, whether they're drummers, guitarists, it does not matter. They deserve their flowers. But you, the viewer, deserve to know why they get their flowers. Not just, and I kind of put myself on a limb here talking about it like this. Reactions are not just supposed to be a circle jerk. You're not supposed to like get each other off being like, oh, you're the best. Oh, you're the best. Oh, you're the best. Back and forth. That's not how this works. Like, the world needs more novelty. And Junna, ma'am, you are outstanding. And I just really wanted to make that point clear because I don't think I've ever talked about that in other videos because I've just been too nervous until now to kind of put my thoughts and opinions out there in a constructive criticismistic way. Because I want to boost the reaction community. And I'm also trying to stand out, you know what I mean, from the crowd. Outstanding. 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 Another thing that I like about Junna, and these are my closing thoughts on this. She's fast in her own right. She's not overly complicated, and in every single video that I've ever gotten to do of hers, she never, and I mean never, sacrifices musicality for technicality. Everything she does has a purpose, it has a distinct place, and it has a reason for being. And that is what I appreciate about her so much as a musician. She's not a musician's musician. There's people like Guthrie out there who, like John Petrucci, you know, they're musicians. They play things that are so out there and so complicated that only other musicians who have the technical jargon in their brain are going to understand what's going on. And that is what I appreciate about Junna. She's digestible. It's palatable. And I appreciate it. I'm here for it, man. So thank you all so much for watching this. I hope you were able to glean some knowledge. Please like and subscribe to the channel as we continue down the rabbit hole of these reactions. I love you guys. Leave me a comment down below for future reaction suggestions, and I will see you next time.